My dad's gay. Not the oh my god variety, but more of the bear type. I never really got that saying though. What, are they a bunch of gay bears just waiting by a gay river for some dick fish to pop on out so they can choke them down real fast? Now, I'm sure that it was tough being gay in a town smaller than the size of my dick. I mean, there was less than 50 people that went to my graduating class at one point in time. Now, rather than suffer through being gay in a small town, he decided to stay in the closet. Not just stay in the closet, though. He needed to tell somebody. So he sat down me and my best friend and said, "Hey, I know you're only in the 6th grade, but I'm gay and you can't tell anyone." He had me in the closet by proxy, just walking around with his dirty little secret. He didn't try that hard to keep it a secret, though, doing openly gay shit basically all the time. His whole internet profile would be hot gay dudes just swinging their dicks around. And I'd be like, damn, that's gay. I never really talked to my dad about sex. I mean, what would he say? First, you get down on your knees, and then you go gobble, 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 gobble. I mean, it was a little awkward growing up with my dad, though. You know, usually it's the parent catching the child watching inappropriate stuff. But the amount of times that I looked at my dad's phone and just saw a big old gay wiener there is probably more than the amount of musicians that Diddy has raped. The worst part, though, was when I lost my virginity. I mean, in already one of the most awkward and horrifying experiences that anybody has to go through, there I am in the process of losing my virginity, and my dad opens the door. He continues to laugh, sit there for a little bit too long, and then exit the room. After setting world record speeds, I walk out of the bedroom. My dad stares at me, and he says, "Well, that didn't take long." He did teach me a few things, though. He taught me if you get something from a rental furniture place and decide that you don't want to pay it anymore, all you have to do is just not open the door, and they can't have their stuff back. My sister and I used to sit at the door laughing at the repo man, saying, "Ha ha, we're not over 18, you can't come in here." Good family values, you know? Now, some of you may think I'm being a little bit unfair to my old man, but let me paint you a little bit bigger of a picture. On my 16th birthday, I decided I wanted to get a job. And then, magically, my dad decided he didn't want to work anymore. So there I was, 16 years old, making minimum wage, paying all the bills. It didn't stop there, though. My dad got so comfortable, he decided it was time for him to kick his feet up and relax. So I continued going from job to job, trying to make as much money as possible, paying for him to be a obese, lazy person. Now, don't worry, he always had an excuse. His back was hurt. He couldn't walk because of gout, whatever you may think. But in the end, I realized my dad just likes to play the victim. The best version of this was one time I was in a city 3 hours away, no way of getting home. My dad had the car for the night, my car for the night. He decided to go for a ride. No license, no insurance. And guess what happened? He got pulled over. Now, little did I know that he decided to take my car out because in the back seat, what did I leave? Oh, a bong with glorious weed inside of it. Who would have thought? And then he calls me. He says, son, I need your help. Please come help me. Like, what am I going to do? Come and give the police officer a handy so he doesn't send you to fucking jail? I have no idea. But now I've severed all ties, and he is somewhere, a homeless man, living his gay dream, taking group showers in gas station bathrooms. My mom is a little hard to talk about because she has passed. Some might say that COVID took her, but I'm an avid COVID denier, so I think it was pneumonia. She was a short, fat, feisty lady when I was younger. When the term Karen came around, I realized that it pretty much epitomized everything that she was. She would order the most complex order at McDonald's and make some poor guy who's been on oxys for 30 years figure out what the fuck's going on. I mean, she would be like, give me a McDouble with the buns flipped upside down, extra hamburger, take off the ketchup, add mayonnaise, and put 3 pickles on there. And then it would come back and only have 2 pickles, and all hell would break loose. I mean, sometimes it would get so bad that my sister and I would have to leave the restaurant because we would be so embarrassed. She had a major change in her life when my dad and her split. It was possibly the best thing to ever happen to her. But they stayed together for possibly the stupidest reason in human history. For the kids. Nobody ever stays together for the kids. They all stay together because they're too selfish to lose time with the kids to the other person, right? They would rather just stay together and make everybody's life a living hell. If you can't be happy, nobody can. So what's the problem? Then one day she left. She married her childhood sweetheart, and it seemed like everything was going to be okay. And that was the happy ending that she wanted and deserved. Then, through an alcohol-induced stupor, he shot himself. Tragedy goes through the whole family, and she almost breaks. But this lady is strong, and she yells at McDonald's workers for Jesus Christ. I mean, like, you can't break her. She pulls herself back together and tries to put everything back the way it should be. Then, COVID hits. She gets pneumonia. She can't breathe. And we have to pull the plug. As I was sitting there waiting for the doctors to pull the plug and tell me that she had passed, I realized how fucked up I really am. As I stared at a picture of me and her, I thought, you know, maybe one day this will be funny. Maybe one day I can write a joke about this. And I've been pretty hard on my parents, but they made me who I am, and I guess there's just no apologies necessary.